This one I'm recording it may awaken different memories of what you've gone through. And it's a collective of many people that have gone through different experiences over the last 4 years and how we've been ostracized if we didn't do this. You don't see me anymore. And it's like I've become a hologram in your life to where you just don't understand. And I cause you fear because of my own belief. In your eyes, I changed and I went weird. In the spectrum of your reality that you live in, I don't hold the same belief as you anymore. Is it lonely? Absolutely. I go through an unbelievable amount of fear. How? Yes, I do. When I try telling you why I don't have the same belief, something triggered you inside you and you walked away. But yet you were able to continue on with your life where mine turned upside down for what I believed so strongly within. You pushed me out in the cold. I was alone because you were told I would kill you. And yet you carried that belief so strongly within. You pushed me away from the family gatherings and weren't allowed to be there in the last few Christmases with the family. It was not quite the same. But yet, we continued on. It was as though we were the virus that you feared so much, and you literally stopped all communication. To you, I no longer existed. So I had to pack my bags with little that I had, and I had to find a new path to walk along on my own. Was I scared? I was frickin' frightened, especially when the government said that they would find us and inject us without our consent. Was this true? We don't know. I remember seeing it on the news. So fear was an understatement. Then to find I had no longer a job because I would not concede to this life-saving experiment. But I didn't see myself needing saving. This was now a path that I realized I could no longer pay my mortgage, and many have lost their homes. Yet, do I still stand with my belief? How? Yes, and I will to the day I depart this earth. I packed my bags with what I could put in my car, and I drove where I felt the others all resonated on the same frequencies. When I walked amongst a sea of masks, watching the fragile, weak and struggling, that as they weren't getting enough air in their lungs, I would think to myself, how cruel, and would send them much love so they wouldn't be in so much fear. When I drove past endless lines of people standing to get into the white tent, where they would roll up their sleeves, willing to receive a voucher or a gift for doing what they believed was to save me and the right thing. Now I can't even go to a cafe to buy my daily coffee, nor go to a theatre. So I joined Netflix to waste my nights while watching movies, mirroring what was actually going on in my own reality. Isn't it the law of the universe that you have to be shown? So this is a form of consent. Another hurdle I had to walk was to go to the supermarket to get my food. You had big, heavy men prepared to show me their new-found control over me. It literally went to their heads. Yes, I cried within. I went there, not knowing was I the next victim for the day that they wanted to push around. I watched my fellow men stand on a piece of tape on the concrete outside to wait their turn, obeying to their commands. I walked around, scared and scoffed at, abused for what I once thought was the most natural thing to do, freely walk and breathe in a supermarket. Then my whole being lit up when I saw you amongst the sea of masks. We acknowledged each other as the same. Our energetic bodies connected for that split second, which recharged our souls once again, that I was not alone. Yet, she shut down our country over a handful of cases. And yet, it's January 24. And the other week, we had 20,000 cases. And nothing's been shut down. And they all tested positive because it was on the news. There's something I won't forget. You change the rules around birthing, giving birth. You could only take one support person in with you. Yet the day before, I could have been at the birth and attended the most incredible blessing the universe have gifted our family. You blocked this from me. A true moment I will never be able to go back and experience myself. Then you stopped me from going to my best friend's funeral, and his family could not even attend. The hole in their heart will always remain. But wait, you left the bottle stores open. It was an essential. So you could drown your sorrows and watch doctors and nurses dance in the wards while they were supposedly full and busy on TikTok. Yet being isolated with a narcissist fueled with alcohol drove the statistics higher for the man in blue, and they became extremely busy at this time. You put a checkpoint on so we could no longer go to our families and see if they were okay. But this is where I put my foot down, and I got to get to my family, my parents, to see if they were okay. You also left me out in the cold while waiting for the doctor Well, everybody was able to be in the reception. And then somebody would open the door and call my name while I was standing in the cold and the rain. You knew who I was just by that. Did I feel belittled? Hell yeah. But I walked through with my head held up high. I sit sometimes and I wonder if my grandparents will ever forgive me, as I was excluded to visit them in the rest home. Sadly, they've passed without the touch from me again. And not to be able to go to the funeral was the last straw. I talk to you in heaven, and I know you can see I tried everything to be there. Something I will carry within so deep. I now walk around with a skip in my step as I acknowledged another soul without the mask, as we blend with the others that can't see. Yet nearly 4 years later, you now have decided not to wear that mask everywhere. And now, when you see another wear a mask in a car alone, you wonder how they don't get it. Yet you forgot. I never changed and obeyed to the bully tactics. And you have now decided no more of these. I've always seen you, and it only takes a hug to say, I love you. But yet you act as though nothing even happened in the 4 years that you left me alone. Now I can say that I have recognized I have changed. I'm no longer the person that lives in fear. I question everything that I am told, and I talk to others to get a personal perspective on things, rather than take for gospel that my government will do the right thing. I have now stepped right out of the way I was and changed how I want to participate in this world. For the first time, I feel free. And completely stepped out to create my new reality as I've gone through the grieving process of being okay with being alone. As many of us, my family and friends, have lost contact with us. For me, the conversations we once shared are now not filling my cup. And I don't believe in so much of what I once did. I've walked down some dark paths to find my truth. And we have been lied to all our lives. So I had taken myself away to connect to nature and be one with the universe, to untangle myself from all the bullshit that I see. So friend, don't worry about me, as I am writing this to thank you for pushing me out in the cold to defend myself, as I feel liberated and whole for the first time in my life, and I owe it to you. My new awakening has been liberating and confusing all at the same time. I feel the happiest and healthiest I have ever been. And I feel into the truth from when one speaks. So let me go and set me free for what is time for you, for when it's time for you too can set yourself free. Remember, I will never turn my back on you, as you will always have a friend in me. Now that is so profound in so many ways. There's different stories from different people that I've blended in together. And it was just a reminder of what you've been through and to acknowledge where you are right now. It's now. Step out, step up and grab hold of this new life that you are uncovering, because nothing is set in concrete anymore. The lid has been taken off the cardboard box. Push it down. Believe in yourself. Believe in your belief that why you are here right now. Because this is your year and it is going to be one hell of a year. So continue with your strength, your newfound energy within, and just part the clouds and set yourself free. So I love you and keep climbing. Till next time.